Hello viewers. In today's world, everybody is running a rat race. Each and every person's life is filled with tension, worries and concerns about their future. But of late, people have realized the importance of relaxing their mind. They are resorting to meditation and yoga practices. Various kinds of meditation are being practiced all over the city. But today, we are going to speak about something very special, Alpha Mind Power. We are going to talk to Dr. Vijayalakshmi Pantayan about the uniqueness of Alpha Mind Power and its power to even transform a society. Hello ma'am, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ma'am, everybody is practicing meditation these days. There are various kinds of meditation.
Yes.
Each one has a name. And can you please explain the uniqueness of your Alpha Mind Power?
Yes. See, this is a little bit scientific, I can say, because when we say alpha, we are referring to a brainwave frequency. And as the brain functions, it keeps emitting electrical emissions. So that is called brainwave frequency. And scientists have divided this into 4 levels, and the beta, alpha, theta and delta levels. At the beta level, the brain is emitting above 14 cycles per second. And then the alpha level is when it is 7 to 14 cycles per second. Theta is 4 to 7 and delta is 0 to 4. So these are the various levels. And beta is a level when we are awake, we are conscious, we are normal, the eyes are open, and everything that we do in our day-to-day life, we are doing at the beta level. And at the beta level, the brainwave frequency can keep fluctuating because above 14 cycles, sometimes even if we are awake, we are very calm, just reading a paper or watching TV or just sitting just like that. There the brainwave frequency is around 15, 16, 17. But if a person is very excited, screaming at the top of his voice, it can even go to 25, 26 cycles per second. And when a person has an epileptic attack, which we call fits, it can even go to 40, 50. So that is the beta level. It keeps fluctuating. Whereas the alpha level is between 7 and 14 cycles. So this is when a person becomes very calm. The brainwave frequency drops down to below 14, and we say that is the alpha level. We also say it's a level between sleep and wakefulness. Because when a person is in the alpha level, it is almost like sleep, but it's not sleep because you are conscious about everything going on around you. You can hear everything around you. And it is also, a level when a person feels that he is awake because he can hear everything, but he is not totally awake. So it's that borderline between sleep and wakefulness. We call that alpha. So it is a very relaxed state of mind, and it's a very powerful state of mind. And then we have theta, which is between 4 and 7. That is a level when a person is in deep sleep, when he does not hear any other external noises. And the last one is delta, 0 to 4. So 4 is a level of deep sleep. 3, 2 and 1 is a level which we call coma. So if a person's brainwave frequency remains at 3, 2 and 1 and it doesn't come beyond that, above that, we say the person is in coma. And at 0 we call it brain death. The brain stops functioning. So these are the 4 levels. And in Alpha Mind Power, what we do is, with the practice of relaxation, we relax the body, then we relax the mind. I give a lot of inputs for that. Slowly the brainwave frequency comes down and it goes below 14. And the moment it goes below 14, we are in the alpha level of the mind. And today there is so much research going on about this, and we know for sure that when we are in the alpha level, the subconscious mind is open within us. So that is the uniqueness about this particular level of brainwave frequency. Actually, a person can meditate even at theta or delta levels. Our Siddhas enjoyed the Samadhi state at the delta level. But for common people like us, it is not enough to remain at theta and delta, because there you can enjoy the level, you can enjoy the meditation, but the brainwave frequency is so low that you can't consciously think about anything. There are no thoughts at that level. Whereas when we are in the alpha level, you can remain in meditation and you can also focus on what you want, and you can think, you can program for what you want in life, and you can place this in your subconscious mind. So various things can be done at the alpha level of the mind. So that is why what we practice is alpha meditation, and we call our class alpha mind power, because this really improves the mind power of a person.
Ma'am, you used a very beautiful phrase saying that, alpha state of mind is a relaxed state yet very powerful state.
Yes.
So you're actually penetrating into the brainwave signals, practicing this kind of meditation. So is it possible for everybody, people of all ages and all kinds of people, to learn and practice? Because as you said, some people might have a history of epilepsy as well. So how are you going to teach this?
In my class, we have a cross section of people of various ages and various walks of life. So I have found that it is quite easy for anyone to learn this method. I have simplified it, I can say, because today the need of the hour is something which can work quickly and something which you can practice quickly also.
Instant
result is what everybody is looking for, and even meditation is done with an eye on the clock today. That's how it is. So that is why even the course, it's not even a course, it's a one-day class only. And in that one-day class, I take them to the alpha level. We do the whole process there of relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, and touching the alpha level. So once a person experiences it in the class, then that gets registered in the mind. And then I give them an audio CD, I give them a book also with all the techniques. So at home they use the audio CD and they practice every day. So it is very easy for people to learn this and to reach that alpha state with the help of the audio CD in the beginning. Later on their own also they can do it. So I'm seeing that each and everyone is quite happy with what we are doing, and they experience that level in the class, and they are also using it in their day-to-day life.
Okay, so this kind of meditation is suitable for all ages.
Yes,
and for all
because basically we are talking about the mind, a particular state of mind. So each and every one of us has a mind, and each and every one of us has a subconscious mind too. So this particular level of mind is something which each and everyone should experience, and then use the subconscious mind also. So whatever problems we have, or whatever situations we like to change in life, or whatever goals we like to achieve also, it becomes much easier when a person starts working at the alpha level, because it is the most powerful state of mind. It's a dynamic meditation, you can say. And sometimes people ask me why the first level is beta and the second one is alpha, because alpha is A, that should come first. The history is that when the Greeks tried to measure the brainwave frequency, perhaps many hundreds of years back, the first beat which they could capture, they called it alpha, because alpha stands for A. And after some research, they discovered that there was another beat which was faster, but yet it was not so powerful. That is why they did not hear it first. So then they called it beta. So even from this we can understand that beta is very fast, but alpha is more powerful. And one more input which I would like to give here, why the alpha level is more powerful, is that whatever mistakes we make in life, we do all that only in the beta level. Sometimes we take decisions and then we regret and we say, I should not have done that. So that happens only in beta level. And sometimes we spill out a lot of words, we get into arguments, we speak a lot, and then we regret and say, I should not have spoken like this. That also happens only in the beta level. Whereas if a person trains at the alpha level every day, he meditates and he gets used to that level, after some time you will find that you're always on the borderline. You never go into a high beta state. And the benefit is that even if the situation is difficult or something goes wrong, you don't fly off the handle. You are able to remain at a calm state and manage the situation, because you will remain at the borderline, alpha and beta always. And at alpha, when you meditate, it becomes even more easier to handle situations and to make many things happen in life, because you start thinking from a different level of mind. And it's also called an altered state of consciousness, because when a person is in the alpha level, he feels that power inside, the subconscious mind is open, and you can program for various things in life.
Alpha Mind Power.
Alpha Mind Power class on 10th November 9 am to 6 pm, Bangalore. Contact cell 98414 0200 98416 9664. Phone 044 2376 0007. Website www.alphamindpower.
So ma'am, from what you say, I understand that they are actually able to bring out the real power from within
Yes,
them.
yes.
Will it also help them, improve their relationships with the other people? What are the kind of benefits that people practicing this meditation
of course.
can enjoy?
The benefits are many. Number one, it creates an inner transformation. When a person starts experiencing this level every day, see how it works is, in the day-to-day life, there are so many pressures, so much stress. I mean, we don't even have to talk too much about stress, because today everybody knows how much stress there is, and the stress gets accumulated in the mind. So at some point what happens is, the stress starts working on the body. So many diseases, illnesses also today, they are called psychosomatic. So it starts affecting your body, it starts affecting the mind, and sometimes you find a person just gets very angry and blows up for a very small reason. So that small reason is not the cause of the anger. The anger comes from deep within, because it has been accumulated there for a long time. So when pressures accumulate within us, then we handle everything wrongly. So with alpha meditation, what happens is, today it is known scientifically also that the alpha level of the mind is an automatic stress reliever. So every day when a person practices alpha for half an hour, let's say, for a minimum, then that half an hour he is releasing all the stress from inside. It's like a pressure cooker, when there's too much pressure inside, it all comes out. That's how we are able to cook, and safely everything gets cooked inside. But if the pressure doesn't come out, then it's a problem, it's going to burst. So here, every day when the pressure is released, then the person feels comfortable inside. He starts even feeling happy inside. Many times people who have come for our classes, when they start practicing and then they come for the higher levels, they talk to me and they say, nowadays I feel as if there's something very nice inside me. There's a cool breeze blowing inside me instead of all that volcano which I always used to feel. So the first benefit is that the anger within a person, that goes out, the stress gets dissolved. So by practicing alpha meditation, the inner transformation, the calmness, the happiness that a person really needs to feel, that is experienced. So I always look at this as the best outcome, because I think that will influence everything else in life. And then talking about the benefits, goal achievement, normally when we think about a goal, there is so much fear in the mind. I want to buy a house, but will I be able to do it? Will I get into debts? Do I have the money? All these questions come, and we always say these questions come from the left brain, which is the logical mind. So goals become difficult more because of our own inhibitions, our own negative thoughts, our own fears in the mind. But at the alpha level, goal achievement becomes easier, because we visualize the goals and we place them in our subconscious mind. From there, the goals go out to the universe, because it is the universal energy which connects all of us. And when a thought is placed there in the universe, and it works in so many minds, and then there is a lot of things that happen in life, and goal achievement becomes much easier. So that is one real benefit people have seen. And then comes relationships, as you said. I think that is what really bothers people a lot nowadays, because even goal achievement may be second, but sometimes if somebody doesn't talk to you properly, you feel heartbroken sometimes. So a lot of people get into depression also because of relationships. And the most important thing when a relationship goes wrong is that we are unable to express ourselves. When there is a rift, then it's so difficult to go and tell someone, see, I didn't mean to do that, so let's be friends again, let's talk as we used to do. So that becomes very difficult for both the people concerned. But here at the alpha level, when the subconscious mind is open and when we are in a very powerful state of mind, it is even possible to access the subconscious mind of another person. And whatever you could not speak to them directly, you can place in there at that subconscious level. So it goes to their subconscious mind. It creates a good change, a positive change in that person's mind. And we have seen a number of relationships getting mended when one of them started using alpha mind power. That's another great benefit. And then the third one is health. First of all, as I said, when stress gets released, many health problems also get solved automatically. But again, if there is a disease or there is some illness also, just as we visualize the goals, we can also visualize the healing taking place. And the alpha level is such a powerful state of mind that when we visualize a healing at that state, either for yourself or for anybody else, it really works very beautifully. So over and above the medications that we take today or whatever treatments we take, that can continue. But when we also visualize at the alpha level, then the healing becomes accelerated. Faster. Yes, so we see that. And then coming to habits. So people do have habits which they want to get rid of. Simple things like alcohol and smoking and many things like that. But there are certain other things also which sometimes people are not aware of, like always using bad words or always throwing tantrums or always getting angry for everything. These are also bad things, bad characteristic traits. And many people always tell me, say, I really want to get rid of these traits in me, but I do not know how to do it. So here again, at the alpha level of the mind, we can reprogram our thoughts. Whatever program is already there, the anger, the frustration, the depression, we can release all those, and we can also bring in whatever is very good for us, like a lot of love, lot of peace, lot of courage, and those kind of things. We can bring in a lot of confidence. We can, I would say it's like a computer, you remove whatever programs you do not want and then you download whatever you really want. So we can call it reprogramming the mind. I like to call it that, because once we know we can reprogram our mind, then what else do we want? So that can be done at the alpha level too.
Alpha Mind Power.
Alpha Mind Power class on 10th November 9 am to 6 pm Bangalore. Contact cell 98414 02000 98416 9664. Phone 044 2376 0007. Website www.alphamindpower.net.
So the human body is like a machine and you program the brain the way you want it to be. Ma'am, I want to ask you a very important question about the student community. They are under heavy pressure today to perform well, both in their academics and in the extracurricular as well. So, and parents are also very specific that their children have to excel in everything. So there is this, Mount Everest that is being placed on their heads. So how do they face this pressure, and will Alpha Mind Power be of special help to them?
Yes, a lot of students have attended our class and they have really benefited. And I always say, once a young mind understands this concept, then their life is really made, because you don't have to worry about them. They will be able to handle all the stress that is being put on them. And particularly for studies, Alpha Mind Power has really helped so many students. What happens when a student sits down to study is that, number one, there is a fear of examination, there is a fear of results. What happens if I don't get enough marks, or what happens if I fail? All this is there in the mind. So first of all, once you start using the alpha level, I also give a mudra in the class, and we anchor the alpha level with that mudra. So that, for instant effect, whenever you really want to be in alpha level immediately, not only when you are in meditating, for some particular purpose, you just use the mudra and the brainwave frequency just dips down into alpha. It may not go into a deep level as when you meditate, but it goes below 14 cycles. And for a student, it is a great blessing, because I ask them to use the mudra when they study. So a student sits down, opens the book and starts reading. Normally they do it at the beta level, and even if they read 30-40 pages in 1 hour, the problem is that after that they don't remember anything. And the reason is, when they read at the beta level, the mind is not totally concentrated on what they are reading. The eyes are reading what is there on the pages, but there are so many other tracks running in the mind. So one track thinks about what happened in school, another track is worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, another track is worrying about the cricket match, another one about the movie, another one about the problems in the house, and then the problems with the friends. So there are 7 or 8 tracks running in the mind simultaneously. So it becomes very difficult for a student to grasp what he is reading. The eyes are reading, but nothing goes inside. That is the beta level. But here a student can open his book, then use the mudra. He's already in alpha state, you can say a shallow state of alpha, 12 or 13 you can say, but that is enough. The subconscious is open and he can program the subconscious and say whatever I study now registers clearly in my mind. And with that command, holding the mudra, when the student starts studying, many students have come and personally told me that with one reading I was able to reproduce even 75%. So that much the mind is able to grasp at the alpha level. And so the alpha mudra is so useful for a student to learn. And then comes the question of reproducing at the exam, because learning is only one part. Some students, they study very well, they put in a lot of work, number of hours, but when they go to the examination hall, the tension builds up and they are not able to really write well. Again here, a student just before starting the answer paper, they use the mudra, they are already in the alpha level, the subconscious mind is open, and they program the subconscious mind and say, whatever I have studied, I now recall and write clearly. With that command, they hold the mudra in one hand and they start writing. And many of them have told me that I was able to write for 3 hours continuously without stopping anywhere, without wondering what to write. There was no confusion, it just started flowing. And that is so beneficial to a student. And one more thing I have noticed is when a student studies at alpha level and he also starts writing the exam at alpha level, then he is in alpha level for a long time. And they start developing what is called photographic memory. So whatever pages they study, whatever pages are very important, they get registered in the mind. The mind, almost like a camera, it clicks those pages. And some students have told me that when I was writing the exam, I just thought of a topic, I could almost see that page, all the subtitles, everything was there in my mind very clear and I could write very easily. So for a student, studying becomes first of all very easy. See, many students become very indifferent to studies only because it's so difficult. So same topic, same lesson, if they have to study 10 times, they lose interest because it becomes something beyond their capacity, so they just give up. But here the alpha mind power, the alpha level of the mind and the alpha mudra which is given to the participants, it helps a student to grasp immediately. So the task of studying becomes easier. The task of writing exams also becomes easier. So why wouldn't they study? They do so well. So alpha mind power has really helped thousands of students to study very easily and score very good marks.
Okay. So ma'am, it was a very beautiful episode today, full of positive thoughts and energy. So I am able to, envision a very positive minded and energetic society in future. If each and everybody starts practicing this, then I can influence your mind. I can tell you be good. You can tell me be good.
Yes.
Then we can tell others to be good,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's going to be a wonderful heaven on earth,
Yes, sure.
So thank you so much for enlightening us about Alpha Mind Power.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Meet you in another program. Thank you.
Thank you.
So viewers, I hope you enjoyed watching Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Pantayan speaking in detail about Alpha Mind Power. Do attend these classes and enjoy the benefits. Meet you in another interesting program. Thank you.
Alpha Mind Power.
Class on 10th November 9 am to 6 pm, Bangalore. Contact cell 98414 0200 98416 9664. Phone 044 2376 0007. Website www.alphamindpower.net.